welcome to A Near Fetish. I'm your host, Eos Pantera, and these that you can't see are Hidizs MS2s. And they're $80, which is a highly contended like price slot. Like, you've got Arias, you've got the Sonos, you've got one set of C audios. What's it, the IEM with the IEM 2? The IEM Ultra was more money, I think. But like $80 is like Rinko's 100. That's way out of everyone's league. JoJo's 50. 80, don't have an IEM in 80 yet. I'm too afraid. It's too much competition. They're a dynamic with a BA, a 10.2 dynamic with a BA, and they're just good. They're just good. Like, you don't have to worry about it. You know, you're probably not going to buy them. They're not even in stock in all the colors anymore. But they're on my shelf. They've been there for a while, and they're good. I think the Sonos are better. The Sonos are yes. You spend a little more, get the Rinkos if you want like really like impressive like bass or something that delivers. The only thing these have going for them right now is their case is fucking wildly overbuilt. And they're so easy to power, it actually is terrifying to test them on the desk. I've got them in the Atom 2 amp on low gain, the volume pot as low as it'll go before it goes click to off, and I'm listening to music. It's quiet, but it's there. I plugged it in accidentally at like, oh my god, like 11, like 10 o'clock. Way too much power. Literally, as soon as I get it away from the bottom, and that's as loud as it needs to be to play it, and fucking like 9 o'clock is blasting. Okay, no, you literally can't. So let's just, no. 3.5 wire, so it's not even a balanced cable, which would give you even more power. I'm using an adapter for everything. It's got a 2-wire twist going up. It's a relatively cheap wire. I don't hate it. At this price point, it's kind of what I expect. What are you set to? Let's get you way down, way to hell down. 10. I've been running every IEM on this FX audio at 50. 25. Literally half. This has been at 40, now it's at 28. I'm not even no. Just no. Fucking no. I'm not even going to bother with the Mascobo. So it's... Alright, I'm going to pause music and try to actually speak about these things. Let's take them out of my ears. I just cleaned these with rubbing alcohol, so these are very tacky now. Though I link to all the tips, by the way, that I use in the description. There's just a whole list of my like normal standard tips, from Daconis to these are the Sednafitix Elastics, Duno SS, my Rinko, my Render Collab tips, which if we sell enough of them, they'll make another intermediate size. It's like $10,000 to make the mold, and I'm like, how many tips we got to sell? And it's a lot. So yeah, if you want to support the channel very minutely, please buy Render tips. And then tell them you want a medium large and medium small to fit between those things. So here they are, kind of looking like Barbie Dreamhouse. Like, this is like a plastic. They're not pretty. They're trying real fucking hard to be pretty. They're doing like this like funky like it's something you would see like on a Barbie car. Like, look, Barbie's dashboard sparkles. Like, that's what it feels like. And this is the clear blue one with like, it's fine. But if you look, we go to the site. We go to site, we see it comes many color. Unfortunately, all you have to choose from is blue and black. Everything else doesn't exist. So here's blue. So yeah, you get to see the blue or the black, but you don't get to play with that cool purple or red. Oh, I could have gotten a red and a blue set and then swapped the red and the blue for the left and right. But let me pull the wire out. By the way, that wallpaper, I've actually used it in a previous video because I went to save it to the directory. When I'm done with wallpapers, I put them in the folder and they get synced with Resilio Sync. Like, this file already exists. So if someone could tell me what wallpaper that's from, what other previous review on probably the main channel, you win a prize of nothing. But come on, someone's got a perverted memory that remembers, oh yeah, the legs, that was the one with the legs. It's not a QDC connector, it's just a 2-pin, but it is a very severe right angle 2-pin. Or I guess it's a left angle if you hold it like this, which brings it up and forward. Super light, like almost too light, like it has no mass to it. Which you'd think would be better for an IEM, but honestly, some weight kind of keeps it in place. I find ones that are too light, then the wire starts fucking with it, or it starts lifting up out of your ear. So I don't really like super duper lightweight IEMs. That's why I'm using the sticky tips, by the way. They're generically like this is a wasted video. A, because they're old and almost out of stock. But B, because they don't do anything special that can't be done just as well with someone else. So I'm just gonna sit here. We'll bullshit about what should we talk about? Hidizs chicken rice. Oh my god. So all right. So I got this. My friend went to Southeast Asia, right? Well, they're okay. Southeast Asia, and he traveled all over, and his favorite dish was Chinese chicken rice. Hidizs chicken rice. And I had some in Chicago. If you go to my second channel, you'll see our trip video. And somewhere in there, if it's published by now, is us going to this place called like Three Sauces. And it was basically, the chicken looks like just raw, random uncooked chicken, but it's cooked chicken. It takes like a long time to cook it. And then you get like ginger and soy sauce and chili paste. And it's just on a bed of rice. And you would think like it's just rice. My fucking God, that rice is amazing. By the way, I made Hidizs chicken rice on the Z Cooks channel. There is a channel where I cook. I usually cook on live streams Wednesdays and Sundays. If you don't catch me on Twitch, I'm there Wednesdays and Sundays sometimes, most times. I don't know what time of the day, though. Don't ask me that shit. Oh. I'm just going to fucking pick my teeth. I don't know, I made a Z Cooks of it, but I haven't uploaded that yet, so calm. Anyway, what you do is you get some jasmine rice. You rinse it in the sink, like you soak it, rinse it, dry it. You can use like a cheesecloth. This is how boring these IEMs are. They're fine. Like they're gonna get literally a 7 out of 10. Zio 7 out of 10. But I'll tell you how to make Hidizs chicken rice. This is more important. Usually you'd make it with chicken, and you'd have the chicken fat. Since I don't have chicken fat all the time, I have a thing of rendered duck fat that I bought because of that one scene in the end of John Wick 2 when the fucking piece of shit was in the thing. It was eating the steak, and he was like, duck fat makes all of the difference. And I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to buy duck fat now. And I've been using it in the Hidizs chicken rice. So you clean and wash jasmine rice so that there's no starch on it. You dry it as best you can. It doesn't have to be soaking dry. You get your pressure cooker or rice cooker ready with, I put 2 1/4 cups of low sodium chicken broth in that. You would be using chicken drippings and stuff if you were making the whole meal, but I'm just making the rice. So you rinse and dry your rice. Then you put in the 2 1/2 cups into your I use a pressure cooker, use an Instant Pot. You just get that like warmed up. It doesn't have to be boiling, just warmed up, and keep the lid on it so it doesn't evaporate. And then in a wok, you combine a little less than 1/4 cup of sesame oil, a tablespoon of ginger, ground ginger, garlic cloves. I usually do 3 minced garlic cloves, and kosher salt. And you throw all that into the fucking thing, and you just let that oil over a medium heat, like literally murder the garlic, and it's supposed to be 10 minutes until it's aromatic. No one ever told me what the fuck aromatic was, but you on the wok, you just keep moving around, stir it with a wooden spoon. You get that shit till it's like you make that oil like cooked. You cook the oil with just those ingredients in it, with the ginger and the fucking garlic. And then after about 10 minutes, I think I usually go about 7 minutes, and the oil starts really smelling, and I can see the garlic is starting to burn. You take that dried rice, you put it in there, uncooked, dried rice, into the oil. You fucking spin it around for 3 minutes. You fry the rice, uncooked, so hard rice in there. Get it all in it. It'll absorb all the oil. And then you go immediately from that into your pressure cooker. Close the lid. I add a little bit of butter, just to keep, even though you've got it covered in oil, I like butter. Put it in there, close the lid, pressure cooker for 12 minutes. It's done. Comes out, you put a little bit more ginger on top. I put a little sriracha squeeze and drizzle some soy. And then I made a pork chop and put it on top of that. Fucking God mode. Anyway, check out Z Cooks channel on here. Check out, I should have a link tree with all my channels, but if you just type Z Cooks Consortium, which of course is what it's called. This is called the Inner Fetish channel. That's the Z Cooks Consortium. Go there, follow that. Maybe you'll see a Hidizs chicken rice video at some point. Anyway, so yeah, the Hidizs MS2. They're not so bad, but they're not so good. The wire's kind of chintz. You get a really interesting, like this is rubber lined internally. Like what? And like thick. That's like fucking 3 mm rubber. Who decided that this? Like this is rubber lined internally. Like what? And like thick. That's like fucking 3 mm rubber. Who decided that this? 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 Who de metal top hardened plastic case was going to be with an $80 set of IEMs that no one's going to ever hear about again. Comes with some tips, by the way. The end. Wallpaper in the wallpaper hoard. Even though it was already there, it's already in the wallpaper hoard. And I made this in 2018 because that's what it says. Is the timestamp on it is 2018. So it's probably an old video I used it on. Anyway, I'm done. I'll link to some shit and Patreon subscribe star if you want to support these obviously relevant ramblings. I'm glad I get to do an IM where I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, it's an $80 IM. It's probably not going to be sold for very much longer. You can get the Arias or the Sonos, and they're just better. Just get those instead. I mean, it's not a terrible IM. It's not great. It doesn't do anything for me. If you own one and you think I haven't done it justice, feel free to fill it in the comments. Everyone, check out the comments for people who are doing their review of the MS2. In the meantime, I'm going to stop this, go find an IM that's actually worth like my time, and then we'll move on, right?